Hey Aries, and welcome to your weekly reading. Crosswatchers, welcome. Aries, know I could be talking to you or someone in your energy, so take the reading as it resonates. But this week is heavily focused on a situation in your environment. I feel like, I don't know, there might be some anger underneath the situation. There's a lot of conflict going on that you wish you could liberate yourself from, but you feel kind of like trapped and bound to it. There could be a King of Wands present as well. This is like someone who is very quick to anger someone, and this person might like be having an episode this week where they kind of explode and lose their stuff, but it's going to kind of expose a toxic pattern between the two of you. And I feel like, yeah, the current situation here, that's the bottom of the deck energy, but the current situation, we have the Queen of Cups. And I feel like this is an energy that you try to be in at all times, like someone who's very loving, supportive. You know, I'll be there for you no matter what, and I'll forgive you no matter what. And the song that my guides wanted me to use to represent this energy is Home by Asia Badru. And she says, I've seen many sunsets, beautiful and bold, but they don't seem so special without your hand to hold. So I feel like this person in your environment means everything to you. Like they're so special to you. And so you do your best to keep this relationship calm. And if that means swallowing your emotions, like pushing down how you actually feel, like the bottom of the deck energy is actually what's happening underneath the surface. And it's kind of like you may feel really angry, but you're like, no, okay, I gotta keep up with the Queen of Cups energy. I can't be angry. I can't feel that because I don't know what conflict that'll bring, you know, or what instability it might bring, or I don't know, shit's gonna hit the fan or something like this. So I gotta keep in my Queen of Cups energy, sweet, gentle, kind, whatever everybody wants. But the challenge of the situation is asking for help. Because there's a way to be able to express how you feel. Well, it should be accepted in your environment. And if it's not, it's time to ask for help. Maybe from a friend, a therapist, or something like this to work out these feelings and to help you be in a state of mind and in an environment that you feel safe to be who you actually are and to show up as you actually feel and not feel like that's a threat to your emotional stability, I want to say. And what your guides want you to know, because you are on a spiritual path, Aries, and you're growing so much on that and you're learning so much as you continue to follow the light that guides you. But there's this misconception that you have that to be spiritual, you have to be in this Queen of Cups energy. I always have to be nice. I have to like say all the right things because I am on the path to awakening. But they wanted to set this straight for you. They wanted me to share this quote. It says, the spiritual path is not about being nice. I mean, nice is nice. If you can be nice, you might as well be. If you can be harmonious and supportive, then why not? But the spiritual path is living authentically according to the truth as you perceive it, and even more deeply according to divine guidance as it comes to you. And we have to have the courage to break the rules. One of the profound limitations of the spiritual path is defined as too narrow a sense of respectability. Just because society or other people have their ideas of how you ought to behave, you can listen to them. You can take note of what they say, but deeply in the last moment, you have to feel it within yourself, what your own destiny is and what you're being guided to do, what your karma demands. Truth always has more power than any other way of being, and that must be our standard. So you don't have to dissolve yourself into your environment to be on the spiritual path. It's actually the opposite. To be authentically you, to feel authentically, to speak authentically, to show up authentically is the most important thing actually for you. And in the recent past, I feel like you may have experienced this where you said, you know what, I'm gonna speak my authentic truth. I'm going to say how I actually feel. And the person that you're dealing with does not have the emotional or mental maturity to handle that. It's like you challenge their ego, and it's like you were trying to help bring understanding and enlightenment to a situation, but this person took it as like, what the hell? Like, how dare you challenge my ego? The quote that they wanted me to share here is, ladies, you cannot fight with a man's ego unless you're willing to sacrifice your relationship or your man, because a man will be willing to lose everything. It doesn't matter what it is, finances, house, car, status, even access to his own children. He will walk away from it all, but he will not let you win a battle of the ego. That's not pride, it's programming. You see, men are wired to protect their sense of identity, their respect, and their role in their manhood. It's not a game for them. So I feel like, yeah, maybe you communicated something in the past about how you felt and it was not well received. And that might be why you're in this fear of expressing how you feel or showing up authentically now and saying, I got to just stay in this Queen of Cups energy because it is dangerous if I don't. So that makes sense. But your guides want you to know that your strength in this situation is actually your emotional intelligence. And I feel like like if someone would hear you or listen to you while you're navigating this conflict or working through challenges, you are actually a very emotionally intelligent person, and you know how to guide a ship. You know how to navigate really difficult things, and your voice should be heard. Your ideas should be heard. And, just because someone sees themselves as a higher authority than you or more wise than you, you matter just as much, and you have a lot of experience and emotional intelligence, and you shouldn't be shut out and ignored when it comes to working through difficult things. And that's why your guides are inviting you to speak up, even if it challenges someone's ego and like their status they think they hold or something like that. They're saying speak up because your voice is actually really needed. Your understanding and the way you work through difficult things is really needed in this situation. And because if you lean into this Queen of Cups energy and just go along with what everybody else wants, that'll work in the moment, but your life is not in the moment. Your guides want you to know, they want you to get like the bigger picture of things. And if someone is claiming to be more divinely inspired or to know more or have higher authority than you, and you can see it going down not a good path, or your guides are saying you can sweep that all under the rug in the moment, but what could unfold moving forward could be actually your life is not in the moment, and following advice from someone who just wants power but doesn't have emotional intelligence could really cause some difficulty moving forward that you don't deserve. And there's this energy around you that really actually likes to push your buttons. They like the control that they have over your emotions. And they like having you on the kind of stuck and on this roller coaster loop that they have you on, so they can like come back around and blame it on you. Like, well, if you weren't stable, if you weren't doing this or that, then we wouldn't have this problem. They can come back around and blame you for everything that transpired after they pushed your buttons and caused conflict to begin with. Someone likes to play games with you like this in this dynamic. And I can see that all you really want is just someone who calms and centers you and loves you, someone who gets you. And this like the outcome of this situation with this person is this person throwing all their anger at you and you dissociating. And so your guides are saying, speak up and don't let them do this to you.